Greetings fellow Whovians and welcome to Timey Wimey Review. We've had quite a bit of Doctor Who news land over the weekend, so I thought I'd just do one big news roundup, get my thoughts on the little bit of information that we've been getting from the world of Doctor Who. So if you liked what you see and hear, please hit the subscribe button, that'll really help out this channel. Let's start off this news roundup with the return and reuniting of Christopher Eccleston and Billie Piper. Yes, the Ninth Doctor and Rose Tyler are returning for more Big Finish audio adventures. I know they're not going to be back on TV anytime soon, but I still think this is a fantastic piece of news, particularly since it's been Christopher Eccleston's 61st birthday over the weekend. Very happy birthday to you, Christopher. Brilliant guy. Met him once at a Comic-Con, and yeah, he was amazing, absolutely amazing. Still like to see Billie Piper at some convention sometime soon, so I hope that happens. But let's just dive into this news that landed over the weekend for this reuniting. So Christopher Eccleston and Billie Piper start in a brand new series of full cast audio dramas beginning in August 2025 from Big Finish Productions. In 2005, Christopher Eccleston and Billie Piper, as the Ninth Doctor and Rose Tyler respectively, took a whole new generation of Doctor Who fans on a trip of a lifetime into time and space. 20 years later, the trip continues as they set to start in a brand new series of 12-hour-long full cast audio adventures due to be released in August 2025. Christopher Eccleston has said, "I am so happy to be back recording more adventures for the Ninth Doctor with Billie. I don't think my Doctor exists without Rose. He's a one-man, one-companion kind of alien. We've explored him on his own at Big Finish as a loner, but there's a resilience and a bravery and a deep empathy to Billie as Rose. That's why I do this. They complete each other." Billie Piper added, "I can't think of a better time for Rose to reunite with her first Doctor than now. 20 years after she first ran into the TARDIS and towards adventure, here we are again. Me and Chris are ready to have fun facing the universe and the monsters together." And yes, I couldn't agree more with the timing of this reuniting for the audio adventures. Yes, Christopher Eccleston has done quite a few Ninth Doctor adventures, as he just alluded to there, and also Billie Piper as Rose Tyler has also done a set of audio adventures for Big Finish as part of the Dimension Canon series, amongst others, for Big Finish Audio. And yes, it's the 20th anniversary this year of New Who. What a way to celebrate that and have them back together, actually, with their own audio adventures. Who would have thought, even 6-7 years ago, that Christopher Eccleston wanted to come back and do some Big Finish audio dramas as the Ninth Doctor? I know, obviously, there's been a lot of issues and obviously a lot of upset over his tenure. Back in 2005 as the Ninth Doctor, stuff I'm not going to get into in this video. If you know, you know. But yeah, I always felt that since he started doing the Comic Cons, particularly in the UK, when he did the Showmasters London Film Comic Con back in 2018, when I first met him, I think that was his first one. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think that was his first Comic Con, and I think that was kind of like the slow healing process for him, returning in the fold of Doctor Who, and then obviously Big Finish taking it further with his Ninth Doctor adventures, and even further still with now with Billie Piper. I know a couple of years ago, or just over a year ago, there was that infamous Q&A Comic-Con with Christopher Eccleston, Sack Russell T Davies. Again, I've explained that in a previous video, but again, Billie Piper was there as well. But obviously, beside that part of it, there was a lot of camaraderie, a lot of love for each other. from their time on Doctor Who. Producer for Big Finish, Matt Fitton, has stated, 20 years after the Ninth Doctor and Rose burst onto our screens, Christopher Eccleston and Billie Piper are back with that brilliant dynamic, the Doctor showing Rose the universe and Rose showing him the best of humanity. Across 12 episodes slotting neatly into that 2005 series, we have more Jackie Tyler, more Powell Estate, plus friends and enemies, old and new, through time and space. Our writers have done an amazing job recapturing the spirit of that very special season, and Chris and Billie have embraced these scripts with delight and gusto. They're having a blast back on that trip of a lifetime, and they sound fantastic. It's a bit of bonus news. We're going to have Jackie Tyler return for particularly at least an episode, I would imagine, and monsters old and new. So let me know in the comments which monsters would you like to see the Ninth Doctor and Rose take on. It'll be quite interesting. You can pre-order now on the Big Finish audio website. I'll put a link in the description for the Big Finish if you wanted to explore that even further. I haven't heard any of the Ninth Doctor adventures, more fool me for that, or the Rose Tyler adventures at the moment. But yeah, definitely something I would like to explore. It did come with a trailer on the official Doctor Who social media page, and yeah, it was a really nice trailer actually. Nice sort of throwback to 2005 with the Billie and Chris sort of swapping some of the lines that they did from the original trailer for Doctor Who all the way back from 2005. And yeah, as you can tell, I'm very excited for this news. And speaking of returns, we're going to be getting more of Susan Twist for season 2 of Doctor Who, due to be broadcast a little bit later this year. This announcement was dropped again just over 24 hours ago, just before the announcement of Chris and Billie returning and reuniting as on Big Finish, as I've just talked about. Yeah, I'm excited for Susan Twist to return. I think there's still some more story to be had on there, whether they join that up with the mystery of Mrs. Flood, who knows? But if you got any theories about season 2, let me know in those comments. We are starting to get a little bit of tidbits for season 2 as we start to ramp up. Obviously, I mentioned about potential dates for season 2 on the Timey Wimey YouTube channel, and also across my other Timey Wimey social media pages. We've also had new writers being announced for season 2 as well. So I feel like more information is slowly coming our way, but this is another great piece of information with the return of Susan Twist. Now, a bit of a return slash not return is the 10th Doctor episode, Fear Her. So again, if you know, you know, but the episode of Fear Her from series 2 of Doctor Who back in 2006, that was removed from BBC Iplayer about 6 months ago due to containing content where the original news broadcaster for those clips in the episode was of Hugh Edwards, who is now the disgraced former news broadcaster Hugh Edwards. So that episode was removed by BBC on BBC iPlayer for, yeah, if you know, you know, for the right reasons. But a few days ago, it made its return on BBC iPlayer. So Hugh Edwards' commentating voice, that was replaced by actress Becky Wright, who's done quite a lot of voice work for Big Finish. So yeah, it was nice that that she's been given the go-ahead to replace the voice on there. And I listened to it and I thought it was fine. But that episode has now been removed again, because quite a lot of people have noticed that you can still hear Hugh Edwards' commentary in the background from the audio recording that they replaced for those said pieces of dialogue. So now it's been removed off BBC iPlayer again. I think the Cyber Devil on Twitter has kind of took some kind of responsibility of, oops, sorry, I did notice this and I did mention it. Whether he's joking fully or not, I'm not quite sure. But look, if it's wrong, it needs fixing at the end of the day. And yeah, it's annoying that it's happened, and you know, I'm glad that they finally fixed it. It's something that I've been talking about number of times on this channel, because yeah, it's still, yes, all right, it's not the most popular episode of the entire history of Doctor Who, but it is something missing that could easily be fixed. Um, and the fact that it's taken 6 months to kind of get to this stage and it's still not perfect is a bit messy. And I was kind of hoping this was all being put to bed now, with Becky Wright redubbing the dialogue, but obviously the sound has gone a bit wrong. So hopefully it's a quick fix. Hopefully it's back on BBC iPlayer very, very soon. Hopefully within a week would be nice, but we'll just have to wait and see. But let's end this news roundup with something positive, as current Doctor Who showrunner Russell T Davies is to bring a new LGBTQ drama to TV. So this is from the BBC News website. Russell T Davies will be bringing a new LGBT drama to TV screens following the success of It's a Sin. The 5-part Channel 4 series named Tiptoe follows electrician Clive, who has 2 teenage sons, and Leo, who runs a bar on Canal Street in Manchester. Davies has said, "This is a show I had to write because the world is getting stranger, tougher and darker, and frankly, the fight is on." It follows the success of the award-winning series It's a Sin, which aired in 2021 and told the story of a group of young friends living in London during the HIV/AIDS crisis in the 1980s. Tiptoe will be produced by Key Street Productions, which is part of ITV Studios, with Schindler, Davis, Peter Hoare as executive producers. Nicholas Schinder, one of the executive producers of Tiptoe, stated, "I'm pleased to be working with Russell and to be given the chance to tell such an important story." Now, a lot of people were a bit sort of worried about this, because there was thinking that, one, it was going to be filmed at Bad Wolf Studios, which is kind of like thinking, oh my gosh, there's going to be no more Doctor Who, because we're still on a bit of a up in the air hiatus in terms of whether Doctor Who's coming back for season 3. Yes, it will definitely be coming back. It's just whether it's going to be with Disney or not. That we won't know until season 2 is aired later this year. So then there's all this big speculation of, oh my gosh, yeah, if he's doing that, then he won't be doing any Doctor Who. Far from it, because I'm sure this will be maybe a script that he's had for a few years before sort of Doctor Who. He's run multiple shows before, particularly at the height of Doctor Who, of course, where he was keeping his eye on Torchwood and the Sarah Jane Adventures simultaneously whilst working and writing for the main series of Doctor Who. So yeah, got no worries about that. I just wanted to squash that very, very quickly. But yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting drama. He's had a lot of success with Channel 4 over the years, with such as Queer as Folk, and yeah, the very powerful drama It's a Sin. If you haven't seen that, do check it out. It is a fantastic drama. Yeah, it's going to be quite an interesting one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll be giving this one a go. There's certainly some other RTD series that I wanted to check out, Years and Years being a prime example for that. But yeah, so obviously going for the sort of darker, tougher tones of this drama is going to be an interesting take. And I think that's kind of where his head is at as a writer, during this time, really. I think we've seen that a little bit in terms of interviews, I would say, and I wouldn't say not as much in Doctor Who. I think the sort of closest we've had that was in Dot and Bubble, about obviously the ending of and about racism, and maybe something that will get touched upon in Doctor Who. Well, we have briefly, really, with Rose Temple Noble, particularly that sort of short scene in the 60th anniversary special, The Star Beast. So that's little bits that we've touched on. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting drama nonetheless. Very much looking forward to watching it. But yeah, don't panic. He'll still be looking after Doctor Who. So yeah, quite a lot of interesting Doctor Who related news going on over the weekend. But please let me know in the comments below, what did you think of all these news features? What are you looking forward to the most? Probably the Big Finish audios, I'm going to guessing. But also let me know in the comments if you have listened to any of the Ninth Doctor or Rose Tyler Dimension Canon audio adventures already. Which episodes or which stories do you recommend? Because I would love to check them out at some point in the future. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please like, share and subscribe. Hit the cloister bell for more notifications. Come say hello and follow me on Facebook and X. And do check out my other fantastic Doctor Who related content right here on the Timey Wimey Review YouTube channel. Thank you for your love and support as always. Until we meet again.